through our ministry. We don't do a normal fundraising, never have done it. We've always done business and let the business go toward what God will have us to do. We have a website. You can write to me on Charles Charles Kennedy Kennedy .B as in boy, W as in woman, A as in apple, O as in orange, BWAO @gmail.com. And if you're interested in what we're doing here in the U.S. and Africa, you might want to be a part of what we're doing. We're structuring right now. They're looking for additional revenue in one of the cities there here on the coast in Georgia. And so when I was introduced to them, we have businesses and projects. In fact, I was on the call for an hour and a half today, business and projects that would help the communities in there, whether it's public or private. We do have projects and services and products that the public sector, the private sector can partake of and do real business to earn money. As far as Liberia, West Africa, we'll fill you in fully. But in Liberia, West Africa, we are the power of attorney for the indigenous throughout the 15 counties of Liberia, West Africa. We have access to their land as well as the minerals to help build up their economy. So I can share more with you if you simply write to Charles Kennedy, Kennedy.bwao @gmail.com. You'll be pleasantly surprised. And WCFC, Brother Willie, your radio audience and the churches and all certainly could use what we are about, because this is real God-centered, Christ-centered businesses to help people.
I definitely we're gonna lock elbows. Yes, sir. We're gonna get this out, and we're gonna see what we can all come together and unilaterally do together to make things happen. We're gonna just stay with us. I hope you can stay with us a little, Bishop Kenny, and you can hear some of what what we're doing here with our Dr.
Yes,
Khanna, and also we have Brother Gary and Brother Clem is on the line. Now, I just want to give a big shout out, and you know she's missing right now. Y'all know it's not right when she's not here. We just feel it. None other than Ken Copeland, Evangelist Ken Copeland. She's always here, always making sure everything is done right and everything is, in order, and she calls me, she supports me, and so I thank God for her, and right now she's missed. I want to let her know and let you guys out there know that Sister Copeland, Evangelist Copeland, she will be back with us on Tuesday, but we want to thank God for her and everything that she does to support and help us. So now, further ado, I'm going to pass, okay. Yeah, I'm going to turn the mic over to our Dr. Gary, not Dr. Gary, Brother Gary, and our Clem, our Brother Clem, and he's going to tell us why Donna is not here. But he was saying we're going to talk about a little bit about Gandhi, and
we're getting some feedback here.
Some of the history, but I don't know it all. So I'm anxious to hear this, because you understand a lot of times.
We're getting some noise here.
Different things. Well, you never know full history, but certain things you need to know about certain people. So when you are hearing about them, you can put them in. You know a little bit about them. So listen, I'm going to get this line fixed so we can turn this over to Clem and our brother Gary.
All right, while he's doing that and he's getting that together, I just want to remind you that CFC Gospel Radio, you want to hear good gospel music, you can hear it on cfcgospelradio.com, and it's there for you to tune into. And listen, you want to have church, you'll have church like it ought to be. Brother Will, we ready?
Yes, we are.
All righty.
Are we ready here?
All right, Brother Gary, are you there?
I am here, and we are all here. Can you believe it?
Oh,
all right.
Donna is here also?
Well, no, Donna's not here today. No, I did speak to her. Well, she really appreciates you.
Oh, yes. We have an APB out on her. You let her know that.
Yeah, we all love her. Hey, listen, we're on live on a bunch of channels. Let me just show you where we're at live.
Could you send me the link for the YouTube?
Hey,
Hello, Dr. Khanna.
Khanna, how are you?
Here's all the places that we're live: Facebook, YouTube. Dr. Khanna, if you want to see on YouTube, just go to YouTube and search for Khanna for Kids. Facebook, Voice of the Kids, Surja Khanna. We're live on the radio to 30 million homes. We're on Twitter, 2 Twitter accounts. So please join us there and join us here live. Now, I know Dr. Khanna's got to go here. He's going to join us about a very special day today. And Clem Yaboa, also on Voice of the Kids board, is on with us. But he's going to give a short speech. Then he's got to go because it's a special day for everyone, but especially him because of his Indian heritage. Today is celebrate the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, who had an effect not only in India but all of the whole world. Dr. Khanna is an attorney. He is a child safety advocate. He is the champion of Voice of the Kids with Clem and myself on the board, and he is a servant of the underserved. So if you are underserved and you deal with children, you deal with teens and kids, contact us. We want to hear from you. Thank you very much, Dr. Khanna. We look forward to hearing from you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you very much, Brother Willie. And thank you, Clem. Thank you, my dear audience. It's a pleasure to be back again. It's a Friday. I always consider Friday is a very good day. For the praise of the Lord, we can definitely pray that the country remains safe, especially the children who are the futures of this country. We are approaching the election very soon.
Yes.
It's a month away, and we want to make sure the children, especially the teens, please vote and please raise your voice, especially the underserved children, teens. If you feel you are being rejected, you have been discriminated, you have been not treated properly, your voice has not been heard, please reach out to any of us. We have CFC, Brother Willie, we have Gary and Clem from Voice of the Kids, and me as individual. We are here to help you to go to the next stage so that you remain peace. By saying that, Gary already pointed out, today is a special day, not only for me coming from Indian heritage, but for the whole world, because we are talking about peace. A lot of violence is going on today in United States, but the man who is being celebrated as a man of peace is nobody other than Mahatma Gandhi. I'm sure everybody knows his name, very famous name called Gandhi. He influenced a lot of countries, a lot of people, including our civil rights hero, Dr. Martin Luther King. Today is his birthday. The whole world is celebrating his birthday, especially in India. And in India, he's been known as Father of the Nation. It's a national holiday. Gandhi was a man of peace who not only freed his country from British rule, but had a huge effect on the world. He was an anti-colonial nationalist who employed nonviolent, peaceful resistance that led to the success campaign of India's independence. It was not too far, not too long ago when India was independent. India got independent in 1947. Unfortunately, right after that, in January of 1948, Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated. Mahatma Gandhi, he was a lawyer, and he went to law school in London. And he was one of the youngest person to be admitted in a bar in London. and he was only 22 at the time. In June of 1891, I know Brother Willie was born way before that, but that's when he was admitted in the bar. Unfortunately, because of his color, he was very much discriminated, and he had to move to South Africa in 1893. He lived in South Africa for 21 years. And that's where he brought the nonviolence campaign, nonviolent movement among the South African citizen. The civil rights, when he came back to India in 1915, at the age 45, he started the nonviolent resistance in a campaign for civil rights. That's when he started the movement to make it independent. Today, Indians, anti-war protesters, and authors, for the many interesting quotes he provided, celebrate Gandhi as a preeminent figure. Not 20 years after his death, Gandhi was also had a great impact on the history of United States. Martin Luther King Jr. said that he has been heavily influenced by Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolence, believing it to be the only logical approach to the problem of race relationship in United States. Youth today is indiscriminately bombarded with negative emotions of selflessness, hatred, violence through TV, mobile phone, video games. All these things is happening today, especially in 2020, because of the racism, all the shooting going on. Gandhi's life and literature is still the best source of inspiration for all of us to inculcate the values of love, brotherhood, truth, friendship, service, tolerance, nonviolence, and fearlessness. The next generation, which is you, the children, they motivate them to look for nonviolent means of conflict or resolution. There is so much to learn from Mahatma Gandhi's life, especially our kids. That's why I chose this topic to talk to you so that children can learn. Few things I will point it out. One is Mahatma Gandhi always taught the children that believe in yourself. A look into the history, and we know that Mahatma Gandhi did the things that those are unthinkable. He had said once, first, children, please listen to this. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. Do you see this? Ignore you first, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, but ultimately you win. He actually proved this true. He taught us that it is very important to have faith in oneself. Even if no one stands by you, that's the biggest quality you need to succeed. The second thing his life taught us, especially to the children, is respect everyone. Mahatma Gandhi fought till his last breath for equal treatment. He faced prejudice in South Africa and fought against the unfair treatment. He taught everyone to treat everyone fairly. It is important for kids to rise above the socio-economic bridge that the society has created and respect everyone. Money should not be a criteria to decide who deserves respect. This is a huge thing Mahatma Gandhi taught, not only to children, to a lot of us. Last but not the least, he taught us patience and peace. It is very easy to get hassled if things don't go the way we want them to, right? Most of us lose control and behave erratically when this happens. But Mahatma Gandhi followed nonviolence and achieved what he wanted. We must remember that sometimes things go wrong, but we should not lose patience. So children, parents of the children, everybody, those who are listening to me today, these three lessons are very important, especially what is happening around us in United States today. If we understand these three things, that is, believe in yourself, respect everyone, patience and peace, then we will definitely be honoring this wonderful gentleman's birthday, and we all will be in peace, because unity is important, but unity without diversity means nothing. Thank you very much again. And I would like, because I have a very important person here, that is Clem Iboa, who comes from Africa, Ghana, and definitely he can add something about Mahatma Gandhi and the person he dealt with. I'm not going to say the name. I'll have Clem say the name. From African descent in South Africa, who was also inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. Clem, can I turn this microphone to you to add something on this?
Well, I mean, it's very painful when we think about our heroes and the heroes that we think about, Martin Luther King, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and on and on and on. And when we link them with Mahatma Gandhi, the concept of peace is always the underlying concept. And where people spend time in prison in South Africa, in other places, just because they chose peaceful protests, just because they did not advocate violence. The reason is, if they had advocated violence, they would have been killed right away.
Correct.
Okay, so by them going into jail, it extended the life of the struggle, but it extended the values that they brought into the equation. And what we've seen is that everyone who had advocated peace or progress in the land of Africa was either incarcerated or was killed.
True.
Okay, all the stalwarts of the leaders were incarcerated or killed. Now, I don't. Today we have coined, we have certain terms which we call racism. Racism, and I want to differentiate racism from slavery. Okay, slavery had been around even from the biblical times, going back to the times of Moses and beyond, right? So slavery is not a new term. Racism was a term originating from the 1400s. the King of Portugal authorized a person to write a book. And in that book, the book determined that all people of African descent were of a lesser quality. And from that point forward, and the word slave actually was coined from the English word referring to the Slavics of Northern Europe, who were being used as slaves. That's the origin of the word slave is from Slavic, of the Slavic people. So when the Portuguese, the king of Portugal, said, "Okay, now we've run out of people from using the Slavics. Let's go and harvest from Africa." Okay, and the only way we resisted from the beginning was peaceful resistance.
Correct.
It didn't work. They harvested and harvested and harvested. So when Mahatma Gandhi was proposing, nonviolence, he was going back to the roots of protest, nonviolence. He was going back to the roots, and we applaud him. We love him. We whatever he stood for is still valid today. Today, in the streets of America, when nonviolence is often met with violence, and that is not the right way to go. The people in authority can't stand non-violence protests. It's always the hallmark of the people in authority. So what is going to happen is the memory of Gandhi is always going to help us and guide us, and we're going to continue to fight in a non-violent way. That's all I can add at this point.
Thank you,
Thank
Clem.
you very
We got-
much.
we got-
Thank you very much. Sorry, Gary.
Go ahead.
Go
We got about 5 minutes. Call in 212-219-9695. I want to say something, but go ahead, Dr.
Please,
Khanna.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen, I want to just point a parallel here that I'm seeing, Clem. Thank you so much for what you just said, because you reminded me of something that, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and Nelson Mandela had a number of things in common. Number one, they were ostracized. Number two, they were peaceful. And number three, they won through peace. But one thing that people don't know is that Mahatma Gandhi experienced prejudice because of his skin color. That's something we don't think about when you think about Indian people. Oh, we don't include them. Well, he was. Listen to his quote. "The hardship to which I was subjected to was superficial, only a symptom of the deep disease of color prejudice. I should try, if possible, to root out the disease and suffer hardship in the process," which he did. He suffered great hardship, but he rooted out the disease of racism. We're doing that in America now. That's what's going on, Willie, with your show. That's what we're trying to affect in this country, to stop the racism, to bring peaceful protests to be successful. And just like Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, and of course from America, Martin Luther King Jr. Any,
Well,
go ahead.
no, you go ahead, get finished. I didn't want to cut you off.
Go ahead, Clem, you want to finish? Or
No,
Dr.
I'm
Khanna?
done.
I'm done.
No, thank you very much, Gary. You brought up a good thing. I left it for you. That yes, today we all are fighting for colors. We are all fighting for racism. Okay, we are all fighting for different kind of discrimination. But this was in late 1800. This thing, he faced it. Mahatma Gandhi faced it, and Mahatma Gandhi fought for it, and Mahatma Gandhi thought that he eradicated this from India, from Africa, from everywhere, because like you mentioned, Gary, Nelson Mandela, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., all of them, they fought for this, and they did win. But these are coming back. Why it is coming back? Because we are not thinking what these great heroes they did for the world. We are not thinking what sacrifice they have done. We are bringing those things back for what? So the three things which I mentioned today is very important for all of us. It's not only for the children, but all of us to remember. We got to believe in ourselves. We got to respect everyone. Doesn't matter who. We have to respect everyone.
Dr. Khanna, we got to turn it over to Willie. Willie, go ahead.
You're right. You're right, but I just want to tell him the people that are that have given their life and dedicated themselves, they all made a difference. Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Mandela, all of these men have been thrown in prison. They were deprived of life with their family, and they dedicated their lives to making a better world, a better place where they were. And so we just tip our hats to them because, as you said, a lot of times we can always overlook the what has been done, how they have dedicated and given their lives years and years and been in jail for something for illegal purposes. So we just want to thank God for all of them that have that burning inside to do something, such as we do. We want to change our communities. We want to change our areas, and we're willing to do what we have to do so. So again, I say I hear what you're saying when you bring up these men. They all dedicated and they gave and they sacrificed their time out of their lives to fight for the cause that they believed in. So again, we want to thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. Dr. Khanna, Glenn, we want to thank God for you, and we also thank God for you, Brother Gary. We thank God we had a great program, and it was very interesting. So I just want to say, again, we want to just say, tune in on Tuesday at 3 o'clock, not 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. You can tune in at 4, definitely, but we'll be there from 3 p.m. to 6, as opposed to the going on 4 to 6. Listen, we got a quick commercial. We're going to try to squeeze in here. Our time is spent, but we're going to try to get it in. Gary, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Willie. Thank you very much.